You can be whoever you want to be when you grow up. Is this really true? What about anybody can buy a business or anyone can become the world's fastest sprinter? Some people are just not made for business, just like not everybody is an athlete. And this is an amazing thing to acknowledge so we can focus on what we should be doing in our own lives. But who are the people that should be buying a business? What traits do these people have? And how do you know you're one of us? From ushering and guiding a crazy amount of people to buy businesses, I've seen that it's not just some people who don't have what it takes, it's that they shouldn't be buying a business in the first place. And it's better for you to acknowledge this now, well before you start down the path that may not actually be right for you. So if you appreciate that I'm highlighting what traits somebody should have if they're gonna buy a business compared to somebody who is best suited to not buy a business, which could save you a lot of time, money, effort, and energy, please share some love by tapping that like button. It really does mean a lot. It helps me help more people and helps me prevent people from making the wrong decisions. Now, the answer to the title of this video is yes, anybody can buy an online business, but not everybody should. So no, technically, not everybody can buy an online business. This is contrary to what everyone who teaches people how to make money online actually says. All these other podcasters and YouTubers, they say everyone can make money online, and that has some truth, but the reality is that not everybody can. They will tell you everything so you can buy their courses, but this doesn't sit well with me. So in this video, I'm going to be just brutally honest if I haven't been already. And it's not so much about who can, who can't buy a business, because like you hear when you're a kid, you can do anything you like or be whatever you want to be when you grow up. And well, yeah, you can do it, but forcing yourself to be someone you're actually not really meant to be or really do only takes you further away from what you're here for in life. And that's my personal philosophy. So this is getting a little woo-woo already. So if you're not into that, I'll rein it in a bit. What I'm saying here is that some people are naturally great as entrepreneurs, deal makers, investors, and some people are not. It's just like some people are natural athletes and some people are naturally gifted engineers. Like natural athletes that find it easy to play sports and are great at them, they typically have certain body structure and certain mindset and belief. This is the same with acquisition entrepreneurs and people that acquire online businesses and entrepreneurs, business owners. They have natural traits that very successful business owners have, which I'll share with you very soon. You see, when I first started out buying an online business, I knew I was going to be a great business person. I'm not saying that everything in business is easy for me and I'm the greatest business person of all time. No, I have my struggles with it and I have struggled in the past as well. I would say I am lucky though, because I have found what I am good at. I thrive in a crisis, I'm quick on my feet, and a natural problem solver. I think very long term, and I'm great with people and relationships. Some people, on the other hand, just don't like entrepreneurship, right? Not everybody should be, and it's not for everyone. As much as today's world and society touts and champions entrepreneurs, the reality is that it's just not for everybody. I once had a client who was dead set on replacing his income and wanted to buy an online business to do so. Went away and bought an online business with my help. It was a great business, which was actually pretty good for him, I thought. But a few months later, after running it, he just hated it. The business made money and he could work from home, but he just wanted out. He wasn't really fulfilled and wasn't happy. What he realized is that he was far happier just being an employee, which is great to acknowledge. To him, that was a simple life. To me, I think entrepreneurship is a simpler life. But everybody's different. So which one are you? Let's actually find out. First, let's answer the question, what do you actually need to buy an online business in terms of financials and resources? Apart from the fact that you need capital, there are some soft skills, but let's not skip over the money piece because it's too big to skip over. I typically tell people they need over the $20,000 range to acquire an established online business. Anything under, you're buying a startup, and we all know that 90% of startups fail. They're the stats. Small Business Administration studies put that out as fact. And it takes a lot of time and effort, and energy to get going and even produce a profit with a startup. Now, you can start with 20 grand or under, but does that mean that's the ideal price for you? No, everyone is different. Everyone's risk tolerances are different, as are their goals and where they can and can't start from. Of course, the larger business you buy, typically, the less risk and less effort involved for you as the owner. Next, you have the time piece. How much time do you actually need to buy a business? To buy a small business yourself, you need about 5 hours or more per week dedicated to finding the business, doing due diligence, and speaking to brokers or sellers. This can take anywhere from a few months to a year, maybe slightly longer depending on how fast you actually move. I'm just going to add in here, if you are looking at buying a business, make sure you take the guesswork out of it. If you're going to do it yourself, get my due diligence framework. It's at buyingonlinebusinesses.com/free resources. It's what I use and my clients use to buy businesses. Or if you have questions, let me know. Reach out at info@buyingonlinebusiness.com or add them in below in the comment section there. Again, like I said before, the more you put in, the more you get out into business, into life. And not all people have the same amount of time and the same amount of money. So don't compare your time frame for buying a business to maybe a single male who is unemployed and has a lot of money and a lot of time if you're a full-time employee with a spouse and kids, right? Because if you do compare yourself and then you set an expectation that you're going to buy this business in a certain time frame, you're going to set yourself up for failure if you don't have the accurate resources to do so. If you want more help with this, reach out, like I said, via email. I can help you with an acquisition strategy. So they're the logistics. Now, who is cut out to acquire an online business, own and run one, and who is this not for? I'm going to talk about little to no reward for a lot of effort. This goes without saying, and I started here because if you're the one acquiring an online business and doing all the work, I'm talking sourcing, doing the due diligence, negotiations, and all that sort of stuff, this takes up a lot of energy. It's not like going to the shop and just picking a business off the shelf. If only it was that easy, especially when starting out, because you probably know nothing about online businesses or the businesses you actually want. You may have no relationships or network in the space, and you may know nothing about the market yet and how much those businesses are actually selling for. You may not know what you need to do during due diligence. You may not know what questions to be asking, and basically all around, you're just trying to work it all out at the start and you don't know. So sometimes we can get taken advantage of when we're starting these things. And I see that happen to so many people that I'm not saying everybody has to use my help, but I'm seeing that with so many people that come to me after the fact and didn't use my help, but they bought a business on their own. Now, there is an insane amount of work in this and buying a business, and that's before even finding the right business, and then also missing out on it sometimes, and then you got the due diligence, and somebody else might put a higher offer and you might miss the marks. You may need to look at 10 to 50 businesses before you even acquire one at all, and doing this alone is tough. And many people even outsource this work to me. For businesses above the $500,000 range, that's what I do, right? I go out and I source through my private network, the deal flow. I know the market incredibly well. I know what each business sells for, what its value is, and I know how to execute DD and legals. But aside from that, whether it's the buying of a business or the owning of a business, typically there is a lot of work for very little reward at the start. So delayed gratification is important, and some people just aren't good with delayed gratification. It's not a fun ride for them at all. The next is handling failure and rejection. Some people don't have a great relationship with failure and rejection. They believe that because they have failed or have been rejected, that they're a failure or they're a reject. Some people. Now, this is quite clearly not true, but some people's beliefs are stronger than logic, and it's just debilitating feeling like a failure and getting rejected for those people. Now, if you struggle with putting a lot of time, money, effort, and energy into something and then failing with a venture to a point, it puts you on the sidelines forever. Buying an online business and being an online business owner then is just really not for you. I've had countless amounts of offers rejected when looking to buy businesses. I've been told no by an ungodly amount of people, and rejection is really just a part of the game. What's harder is spending money and time on something that just doesn't work, like tens of thousands of dollars on marketing campaigns that don't pay out or give an ROI. A tough stomach to handle these types of things are what it takes to acquire an online business and be a business owner. Being accountable and making hard decisions is another one. As an entrepreneur, there can be an immense amount of pressure on you at times. You need to pay people's wages, consider all people involved at all times, and then, even still, you may need to make decisions where people just aren't happy with those decisions. And it might hurt you and it might hurt them at the same time. Maybe you need to fire somebody. You might need to make the decision to not return or refund a product or a service because the customer is not actually right in this situation. They did actually buy the wrong product, and then you need to be vulnerable enough to be subject to possibly a bad review for your business because their foolish mistake of acquiring the wrong product, not yours. These are tough decisions that can weigh on you. and you can't just sweep them under the rug. I find the more things that you sweep under the rug, the worse it just gets. It causes cancer and festers and gets bigger and bigger and bigger until it's the elephant in the room that you can't escape. I've seen business owners just turn a blind eye to certain things that have happened in their business because they just don't have the capacity to deal with them. And like I said, when these things pop up, you should deal with them as soon as possibly, and typically the faster the better. The next trait somebody who wants to acquire an online business should have is unwavering belief in yourself. Lastly, if you're wanting to acquire an online business, make a bunch of money online to either retire or just build an awesome portfolio you can be proud of, and maybe one day pass on to somebody you love or share with somebody you love, then you need full commitment towards the venture. You need to believe in yourself. Believe that you'll make the right moves, that you will do the right things for all parties involved, and that you will stay the path. Even when crap is thrown in your face, and you feel sick at some of the decisions you have to make, if you're like me and you hear these things and deep down you feel like, yes, bring on the challenge, I'm ready for this, you're the type of person who's cut out for acquiring an online business. Just yesterday, I was at a restaurant and I went for a surf, went to this restaurant, had some lunch, went to the toilet. On the back of the toilet door, I saw a quote that sums up this whole video. It said, "I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm saying it's going to be worth it." And the best thing about being an acquisition entrepreneur and owning an online business is that the rewards of making money online are not the only rewards. The tangible rewards are the lessons you learn and the challenges you go through on the journey that make you a far more valuable person to your friends, your family, and the people around you. And that is the true gold right there. Now, of course, do not rush off and buy one of these businesses unless you know what questions you should be asking sellers. I've helped a lot of people buy great online businesses. What I suggest you do is get my due diligence framework. It's free. Click the link or go to buyingonlinebusinesses.com/free resources. It takes the guesswork out of buying a business. Or if you're buying a business over the 500K range and you want me to acquire it, do the DD and all that sort of stuff for you, reach out. Or just if you have the questions, reach out, info@buyingonlinebusinesses.com. Also, thank you so much for watching the video. If you watched it up until now, I'm sure you liked it. So please, why not actually hit the like button? I really do appreciate it. It helps me help more people. And also, possibly consider subscribing. My exploration on YouTube and my heart and soul is being more poured into more videos for you guys. And I'm just going to be producing far better videos in the future now. So please consider subscribing, and I hope to see you on the next one.